Every day, we build the world around us.
But who's checking in on us?
Welcome to Built For Us.
It's a brand new podcast.
Built by construction workers, for construction workers.
It's our own honest space.
There's no scripts, there's no suits. It's just
Real talk about mental health, stress,
And showing up for each other.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Built For Us, a wonderful podcast to help and support anybody and everybody within the construction industry. I'm really pleased to be with you now, and we've got James. James is an absolute podcast pro. He makes me look like an amateur. No pressure, son. But James, it's really nice to do my first episode with you, pal.
Clive, amazing to meet you too. Obviously, we see each other on the circuit, so to speak, but great to physically chat and listen, do a podcast with you, and let's get helping some people. Yeah,
great. Well said. Well, I'm going to kick us off, mate, by just throwing some stats out there, really. You know, men are 3 times more likely to die by suicide. So just let that one sink in, everybody. And also, as we know, construction is a male-dominated industry. And within construction, our workers are 3.7 times at higher risk of suicide. So there's some real alarming figures there. And sometimes, you know, we read them, particularly when we've got sort of November coming up and another important International Men's Day and all these wonderful things that work so well for everybody in every sector. But we shouldn't shy away from reminding people about the enormity of these figures, and that's why we do what we do, James. And I don't want to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
This is why we do what we do, and it's that connection, and that's something I thought our producer Tim comes up. He's the brains, we're the brawn, and he suggested that we talk about how do we support our friends and our colleagues and ourselves, but how do we support each other? What's your initial thoughts on that, James?
You see, I think obviously since 2020, since lockdown, mental health has gone. It's always been there. It's just been highlighted a lot since lockdown, and there's been a lot of checking on your mates and being there for people and being sort of like a listening ear, really. Mm. You see, I've only just started to do this recently, so obviously there's podcasts out there and there's loads of social media posts on people. All the celebrities do it, don't they? Check on your mate.
Yeah.
And it was only in Clive, it was only in the last 2 or 3 weeks where something sort of resonated with me, where I've heard it thousands of times. And I've gone, yeah, I do that. Do I do it enough?
Mm.
No, I don't. And it's only in the last 3 weeks where I've gone, bang, stepping up. And I text somebody today, or was it yesterday? Not spoken to for years. Anyway, who's this? Because he's not stored my number. But I'm doing what I said to do, and I'm checking on people,
well
friends,
done.
Loved ones. But it's about supporting them. But loads of people say, don't we? How are you? Yeah, I'm fine. And we leave it at that.
Yeah.
And we don't go any further. Yeah. And it's like that. It's not the Norwich one. It's the Norwich Football Club one. It's the other one. It's Samaritans.
Mm.
And he goes out at the end of it. How are you? He goes, yeah, I'm fine. And he goes, no, really, how are you? You can talk to me. And he opens up.
Yeah.
It's about just, especially with your friends and loved ones. It's about just, for me, just being there.
Mm.
I say quite openly, and I say it all over social media, mate, I've not got all the answers.
No.
I haven't. But what I have got is this.
Yeah.
And I'll listen to you, because it's good to talk. And talking solves things, even in your own mind, when you get it out. What's your take, Clive, on it? On supporting mates, friends, family?
Some great points there, mate. Really, really, really great points. And I think I've learned over the years through making mistakes and different things that one of the biggest elements to effective communication is listening. It's not actually how you say things. It's the fact that if you can offer an empathetic ear, not a sympathetic one, an empathetic ear, exactly what you were just explaining. That is an integral part of effective communication, because if that person, he or she, can pick up on that and think, actually, James, Clive, whoever, is actually genuinely listening to me without judgment and without comment at first, they will open up even more, and the veneer will come off, and they'll get to the bits that really matter. Now, it's not always easy to do. So I've had a bit of a roller coaster in my personal story over the last few years, and in terms of sort of some serious illnesses and also a real sort of mental health crisis. Now, I haven't got a massive number of proper friends, but I have got a good group of friends. I'm very lucky. I still know people that I've known all my life. But the honest truth about this is I don't always see or hear from them as much as maybe I thought I would. Now, is that me judging them? Possibly. But, when Clive's all of a sudden, he's in hospital, he's been diagnosed with this, he's actually in psychiatric hospital. They were all around, obviously, for my wife and for my boys and for everybody else. It's not easy for a person who knows you, who knows your story, and who thinks they might still have challenges, mental or physical. It's not always easy for them to offer you that support beyond the, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Yeah, I'll get back to you next week. It's not easy, is it? Is what I'm saying. Contacting, supporting, offering that ear, and just being a mate where it's needed. It's not always easy. So my experience, and we've got past all that now, and nobody treads on eggshells, and my friends are just as they were before any of my problems. Okay. So I'm very blessed. But it was difficult for a while. So this chat that we're having now is really, really important, because it covers both sides of the fence, doesn't it? It covers the side where there are people that really would benefit from that empathetic ear. But hopefully we're also going to talk about the fact that offering that ear and opening the conversation and being a support, it takes a mindset of its own, doesn't it?
100%.
It really does.
100%. I did a social media video. I've actually done it. I did it 2 years ago, but then reposted it on one of the awareness days about 3 or 4 months ago. And it went nuts. And it was the same video. I just reposted it, but it didn't do very well 2 years ago. But this time it was like 150,000 views. This is on TikTok. The amount of people, it was so upset. I had to sort of pull myself away from the comments, because the amount of people going, because to put it in context, the video was me pretending to jump off a bridge and didn't have the guts to do it.
Yeah.
And then within 15, 20 seconds, I'm talking to the camera saying, if you think this is an option, then you need to talk, and And the amount of comments, Clive, people were either saying, I'm at that point now, and it's like, oh my days. But then a lot of them are going, yeah, but I do talk to people and nobody really listens. And I'm thinking, we can only do what we can do. People want to change. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, start. Listen, Michael Jackson said it to a T. Man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Look at the man in the mirror, because that's all we can do.
Yeah.
If you want to see change, you have to be change.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't. So I go, okay. Nobody's listening to me. Right, okay. They say this was me speaking. Okay, how can I change that? You listen to other people, James. And don't be a telephone book listener that as they're talking, your mind's going, I've got a story about that, and you butt in. Because I'm victim to that. I do that.
Yeah, we all do that.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, I'm not really listening. I'm only listening for a hook where I can go, bang, I can do that, and interrupt him. Yeah. And I'm trying really hard daily not to.
Yeah.
So it has to come from us. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is that video was really, really upsetting, especially with the amount of people saying I'm there now. But because it had got so many views and so many comments, I didn't really need to comment back, because the comments took over, people going, inbox me, I'll talk to you. So it sort of took care of itself, which was amazing.
It is incredible. Well done, yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to, let's not get it twisted as well. And this is speaking from my point of view and being very, very, very honest, which I am. If somebody texts me and says, have you got a 5-minute chat? Or they'll ring me and I won't answer because I'm not feeling tip-top or I'm feeling a bit self-pity or whatnot, I'll be quite selfish and I'll shut them out. Now, I know deep down that if I would have answered that call and got out myself and just listened to them, I feel better because I've sacrificed some time and give selflessly my time, because that's what happens automatically. When you get out of self, you automatically feel better. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But I can be very, very selfish and go, no, fuck off, I'm not doing it. Can't be arsed with you. Always saying the same shit, can't be arsed with you. And then the next 24 hours later, I'll feel totally different. They'll ring, I'll go, hey, mate, sorry, I was busy. But maybe I'm protecting myself because they won't get the proper James. They won't get the proper James. So maybe I'm saving them a little bit of, I'm going to be a bit rum with you, so I'd rather not speak to you because I'm not going to give you the best advice or the best listening skills.
You're making total sense to me, mate. I think, especially when you do things like the post that you've just explained and the incredible reaction that it got. If you'd have just left your line open and tried to absorb everything, even if it was a week later, a year later, and try and be there for everybody and answer everything, and ultimately that would dilute how effective you were.
100%.
Because we're humans, mate, aren't we? And we have bad days, and we have days where our battery life's not great, or the missus has peed us off, or the kids, or whatever. We are normal people. So I'm a big believer in self-compassion. Part of that man in the mirror bit that you articulated so well, part of that is, well, how does Clive feel today? Am I feeling a bit rough, or is it the best time to react to that now, or shall I leave it 24 hours and I can actually respond far better?
Love that.
And look, it's easy to say, isn't it? It's easy to say.
It is.
And it sounds very idealistic, but you've made a great point, because when you do offer the support, you want it to be meaningful. You don't just want to answer because the guy can say, oh, well, at least James rang me back. You want to, we haven't all got magic every minute, but at least you can be present.
Yeah.
And so I don't think you've got it twisted at all. I think you've made total sense there.
Yeah.
Self-compassion in life is important.
Very much so. Self-care is also very important as well. How can we give freely to others, which most of us do on a daily basis, if our own cup is not filled?
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be filled. That advice, what you've just given there about the waiting 24 hours, I got given that advice 2 years ago by a friend over a certain person that was quite toxic. And the certain person just said, when they text you, do not reply. If you're not in a good space, or even if you are, for this certain person, give it 24 hours. Yeah. Every text this person sends, do not send on an emotion straight away. Wait 24 hours. Yeah. And you know, that saved me so much emotion, so much heartache, so much pain, because it was mad, because this text had come through and I'd go, I'm going to text this back, and I'd write it out, and my partner, who's incredible, would go, babe, tomorrow morning. Yeah. I'd wake up the next morning, what I'd written, I'd not sent, but what I'd written was totally different from the way I felt the 24 hours later. It's so important, because that's when you end up saying stuff you don't really want to say.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We all lose our filter, don't we? You know, you can lose your filter very easily. And at the time, because of your emotional state and your reaction to that post, email, whatever, we're all guilty of it. And then we all look back and think, I just should have just given that at 24 hours. Your partner's giving absolutely brilliant advice.
And again, very, very honest. And it's only changed. Mad, isn't it? It's only changed in the last 12 months for me. And it sounds like I was doing it all wrong before. I wasn't. We just develop, don't we, and learn. But I've in this last 12 months for me, I've sort of prior to 12 months, I would ring and text people, and I would say, "How are you doing? Not heard from you in a while." But there'd be something in the back of my mind that I needed. Or wanted to ask. Yeah. And I didn't want to be like that. And it ended up that certain people went, okay, you only phone me when you want something. I'm like, no, I'm seeing how you are. Yeah. I can honestly say in these last 10, 12 months, I'm texting people for no reason. Yeah. I'm basically, Clive, I'm trying to practice what I preach. And I'm trying to do it. And people are absolutely blown away. Oh, brother, thank you so much. That means a lot. I don't know. It might change the whole aspect for that. Who knows what God's got planned for it? Why I sent that text at that time for that person.
Yeah.
But I think we've all just got to be that little bit more mindful of others because we don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're going. You don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
We don't know what each other's going through. So everybody's got their own troubles.
Yeah.
Just be kind.
Yeah. It's not rocket science, is it? It's not. No, it's not, mate. And you hear a lot, don't you? Well, I'm sure you do. I know I do. But it could be a family member. It could be your own son or daughter, or it can just be a mate that you've known at work. But you can go to the trouble of saying, "Are you all right? How are you doing?" with all the best meaning in the world, and then they'll come back and just say, "Oh, I'm fine." Now, they might just be saying they're fine because they don't want to chat because they're a bit peed off, and they are fine. But so often you pick up something in that "I'm fine" to think, that is the swan. That is, it all might look serene on the top, but underneath the legs going like mad. And then you've got to pitch it right. I think it can be a mistake sometimes to act on that gut instinct and say, "Well, are you, mate? Are you really?" And are you? Maybe I think we have to be careful there and recognise that I don't think they are fine, but then you've got to be a bit cute and a bit clever. Not
of course.
Act on your gut, act on your experience, and act on your gut. I'm a big believer in that. But then almost leave it a bit of a while, open a conversation with them about something else if there's a hook, like not asking them for something, but it could be sport, it could be
anything.
It could be anything. Yeah. And then ease in and then they'll give something away. They'll give something away to make you think, "Oh, there's a bit of stress there," or you didn't feel like that. And the conversation will continue. So yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it? Because you don't want to beat someone with a stick and try and pretend to be some sort of professor of mental health, because that's just going to annoy the hell out of somebody. But none of us do that, I know. But we can sometimes appear to be that way when we're just trying to be overzealous. But yeah, it's a difficult one. But I really applaud you for just going out of your way when there's nothing in it for you, just to think, well, I worked with him last year. I'm just going to say, "How you doing?" No more. Yeah. You might not even.
There's no other reservation or lurking notion.
Yeah.
Something that you just sort of said there is, I was speaking to. I had a call this morning over my help with social media. Yeah. He's the most amazing guy ever, and he said something amazing, which I'm going to say now. He said about coming across preachy, like, you must do this, you must do that, and he said the benefit I've got is because I come across where, like, I haven't got all the answers. To listen. Yeah. And he was saying about, and it that couples on with what you just said. So when you speak and you think, oh, you've got a good feeling that person's not right.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go, "Are you all right?" Because they're gonna put the barriers up straight away again. Right. And this has come when as you were speaking, I thought of a story that happened with me with a friend, and you've gone, "Mate, are you sure you're all right?" Yeah. I'm fine. So then you change the subject.
Yeah.
It was actually, I was trying to sell him a car. I was selling a car. I was working for Volkswagen. So he changed the subject. So I was like, "Come on, then, we'll talk about the car." And we get talking about the car, and then other bits about, I don't know, as you say, football or watching GT, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And when they start feeling, he felt that little bit of ease. Yeah. And that little bit of trust.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bang, it comes out. Yeah, and I'm thinking, why didn't you just say that at the beginning? Because he couldn't. He couldn't say it at the beginning, James. He didn't have the trust to say it at the beginning. But within 5 minutes, you've spoke about your troubles. Once somebody speaks about are you sure you're all right? Yeah, I'm fine. God, last week I had a bit of a rough day last week, I just couldn't shake it off. I don't know what was wrong. Anyway, let's talk about the car. Straight away, you've brought it on yourself for them to go, "Oh, nice." And it's just, I suppose it's having the communication skills.
Yeah, it is,
to sort of do that. But it does work. Definitely works. But yeah, that's ace.
No, we're so on the same page, James. But I'm learning all the time, through the speaking that, I spent nearly 20 years with the MOD working with people, industrial relations, trade unions, all that sort of stuff. So I'm a people guy, and I like communicating. But what I do with the speaking, and I've tried to make the audience as varied as possible, from the work that I do in the prison service, up to the other stuff.
Yeah.
And I do that, and I try and mix it up, and I do that as much as I can, because if you can talk with people, rather than just to them or at them, really obvious, but they'll just glaze over. That the phones start to come out, and you're just another speaker, death by PowerPoint, and you've really, to be honest, you've done no good at all. If you can read the room a little bit, if they, like you said, if you're just an ordinary guy, you're relatable, and you're speaking on their level, they will pick up on that very quickly. Particularly people that are under the cosh a little bit, whether that be depression or stress or anxiety or whatever that is. They will switch off instantly if somebody is just preaching a little bit, or they're just to do a job. Yeah. But if you're there and there's eye contact and there's a bit of humor's always brilliant.
Oh, massive. Love it.
It's brilliant, especially if you talk about yourself. I talk about things that haven't helped me just as much as the stuff that did help, and the mistakes that I've made, and try and keep it very balanced. And hopefully the people there will all of a sudden realise, well, he hasn't really got to be here. He's here because he actually wants to use his story. Good. And that's exactly what you're doing. And it's a wonderful thing. And it's a privilege, James, isn't it?
Honestly, when I do a talk, I love it. I absolutely, because I try and do it as we've just done, try and do it like a little bit like an emotional roller coaster. So you've got funny bits where, oh my, no way did you end up in Portugal? So then, oh my days, you were found half dead, and the emotions are all over. I start off with comedy. Before I even introduce myself and who I am, where I'm from, because they know my name and they know where I'm from. They've got it on the thing. If I tell that them straight away, they go, oh. And so I tell two little jokes about me, about what they may witness in me talk. I say, listen, you may witness that, like, don't think I've just run a marathon because of my breathing. I haven't. I've got serious COPD. So if I'm not going to keel over. I don't want nobody to try to give me a kiss of life. And that's before I even introduce myself.
It's a good idea.
You've got to add comedy. Yeah. But the one thing for me is I need to speak a little bit slower, because I'll tell a joke and then I'll wait, like tumbleweed moment, and because I've spoke too fast, it doesn't register. The information's not going in. So I'm learning all the time. Yeah. But for me, I know obviously the producer Tim said about a mate and stuff like that, but it's even I suppose it's what you're comfortable with, really. I think I'm comfortable with. I had a guy that I reached out to on LinkedIn, not chatted and all that before, and then I've sent him my brochure to say, listen, this is what I do, this is what I talk about. If you want to book me for a talk, And he come back and said something like, just something's happened with his company. I'm going to be setting up a new one. Then we'll get in touch. But I've just looked at your page. I really love what you're about, and I've gone through battles myself, so I've just gone, hey, here's my number. If you need to talk, inbox me. We can chat. And he's gone, do you know how awesome that is? I was like, well, us lads have got to stick together. I don't even know this kid. I don't even know where. And it's just offering people like, wow.
Yeah, no, it's right. That's brilliant, mate. I remember I was in a room full of barristers, really, totally out of my world, really, in London somewhere. And I gave a talk, and it was great. They were wonderful, and you could tell I hadn't been introduced to. I think he was like the CEO or whatever, but his demeanour, and when he came to the talk, everybody was, oh my God, like God Almighty's just walked in. But at the end, he approached me and said, hello, my name's so-and-so, I'm the so-and-so. And we ended up just chatting we went like that. We were like me and you now. And he really by surprise. I mean, okay, he looked posh and his glasses probably cost the same price of my house and all that sort of stuff. But what a nice guy. And had time to talk. And I just thought, you would never have imagined. He wasn't doing it because his company had booked me. He wanted to have a chat.
Love that.
I just thought, well, wow, that just goes to show at the end of the day, we all have the same problems. We all feel these things. But he supported me that day, and I feel like I supported him.
Yeah, I love that.
It was great.
And to finish on what you've just said there about time, time is the most precious thing you can give anyone.
Yeah.
Give him your time.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Yeah. And I echo that. Absolutely incredible. Well said, my friend.
Thank you. So there's another Built for Us podcast ended with Clive and myself. Absolutely loved it, Clive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Remember, Built for Us, by construction workers, for construction workers, to help wherever we can. Check in on a mate, and don't forget to press that follow button and put some comments in the bottom for us as well. Have a great day. Thanks for viewing this episode. We really appreciate your support. Remember, follow us, subscribe, share with a mate, join us live. Built for Us. Let's build something stronger together.